Hey guys, welcome to the stream. This is Arriagada coming to you live from Sonix Bar and Grill. We're here at 423 McMillan Avenue, and we're here for day 3, championship day of the 2024 Manitoba Barbox Championships. $5,000 out in the event, and as I said, we're on the last day. It started off on Friday, January 12th. It ends tonight on January the 14th, and we're in deeper into the matches now. We're in the final 8 of the event, and it is a B-side semifinal matchup that's going on for you guys here. It is a showdown between Jamie Bartlett and Randy BAGOT, and Jamie's at the table right now leading by 1. I'll bring the camera in closer here. This is a B-side semifinal matchup. He's going to miss the shot to the corner, turn the table over to Randy. Sounds like Randy came up short. All right, I'm just doing the sharing right now, so that's why I'm a little quiet. Jamie won that one too, I think. Jamie, did you win that game? So it's 2-0. 2-0 in this matchup. Jamie Bartlett racing to 5. Randy BAGOT racing to 7. 2-game spot between them. Dry break from Jamie's going to bring Randy Baggett to the table. Currently trailing by 2, so he's in a bit of a dangerous situation here. Needs to settle everything here on this rack just to get some momentum going his way. And he's just not feeling up to his ways yet. That on this matchup, he's still trying to find his rhythm. And he just came off a big match, man. But I think, being down 2-0 to a player that he's spotting 2 games to might have maybe affected him as well. But he's a great competitor, and he'll find a way to get back into this match. We just prefer to have an opportunity to do so on this rack instead of coming into the next rack being down 3-0. Makes a good shot. Gonna get a lucky break there. He's got a shot on the 15 to the side right now and a shot on the 14. That could have been a bad roll, but this worked out okay. I think you take the 14, then you take that 11, then the 15. Looks like the 9 ball sitting at the top by the 8 ball, so that's a shot that he has to address. And I think once you take the 14, 11, then you can take the 12, then take the 10. If the 9 ball goes to the corner, then you just play up for the 9 ball. I think the 9 ball shot's going to be the most crucial one here for him. It's all about the 9 ball for him. A little straight on it. I think he's trying to check off the rail to come back to the right for that 10 ball, and he's a little straight on it, so he's got to come up with a different shot here, maybe. And that's going to work. He's got a shot to the side pocket, so that worked out all right. He's got an angle here to be able to sit up for the 9 ball, too. He just has to get up on the top of the table, top rail. Great shot. No reward, though, but that was a nice shot. Or did he get a shot on it? Maybe he did. Can't quite see from here. It's getting down like he's got the shot. Just gonna turn the table over here. All right, sorry, I'm a little distracted. I have no idea who just won that game. Was it Randy? It must have been Randy. I don't like stress, man, and I get stressed no matter what. Doesn't matter what I do. Um, sorry, my mood's kind of altered here. I need a minute to kind of reset before I continue my coverage. I apologize. All right, sorry guys. Just dealing with some stuff, and it's kind of changing my mood a little bit. Johnny Hockey, how you doing? Says good day. Who's all in so far? What's up? Brent says, did you get a break, Rod? A little bit. I actually went over there to watch some of the matches, and then I didn't realize that these guys were getting started already, so I rushed over here to get this going, and now I'm dealing with some stuff on my messenger, so it's got me kind of all over the place at the moment. Johnny Hoggy says, I'm assuming Barry Jr., Sean, Johnny, Randy, Jamie are still in. Not sure the other guys. Give me a couple of minutes, and I'll go through that CompuSport bracket and update you guys on the matches and what happened on the previous matches. Shri Manikanta Arjun says, where can I find the bracket? I'll put the bracket on there for you guys too once I look it up. All right, it'll be on here on the stream on the comment section. Thanks. What's up, Len V? How you doing? Wants to know if this on Facebook also. I'm still on a timeout from Facebook, man. Somebody, I guess, reported my stream yesterday, and I have no idea why. It's not like I swear or do anything bad on the stream. I'm usually very professional, but somebody, I guess, decided to just rock my world a little bit yesterday, and they reported me or whatever the case was, but I got suspended for 24 hours. And I have about another, I think, 40 minutes left before I'm able to stream on Facebook. So when we get to the championship match, that's when I'm going to end up streaming on Facebook up. And right now, we're leading up to the championship match. We're just going to have it on YouTube only. But when we get to the championship match, it'll be dual streamed. And let me take a look at this bracket now and try to give you guys that information also. And Johnny Hockey says, was a tough loss for me last night. Yeah, it's never easy to deal with losses, man, for sure. I was talking about it yesterday a little bit at the end of my stream, how you kind of need to be more understanding about what a player goes through when they lose. Some people just don't care, right? But other people just really get affected by a loss. I mean, I think it's important that more people understand that, because I think there's like weird stuff happens when somebody loses, and then, you know, somebody comes to them and talks to them about it, and I don't know, just give people space, let them breathe, you know, give them a chance to reset, and then you'll see that your friends are normal. They're just having a tough time with a loss, that's all. All right, so we have the A side final, which is not scheduled until, it said 8:30 originally, but now it says 3:30, and the time is 5:30. So I don't think these guys are playing the A side final away from the stream, right? They wouldn't do that, would they? Kind of weird not to have the A side final on the stream. I don't think that's what they've done. I'll have to go confirm to see what's happening with that, but it shows right now like they're playing, but they shouldn't be playing. Tom Lafarnier and Cornell McLean Jr. are still playing. No idea who's going to come through that bracket yet, but the winner of that plays against Ryan Soleveld. Ryan ended up losing against Barry McLean, who's been playing some really good pool throughout this event. Tied at 2 now. A little bit of breathing room here for Randy. Needs to win a couple more to make it a race to 3, though. Moving down, we have the matchup that's on the TV table right now is one of the semifinal matches. Excuse me. The winner of this one, they're playing against Johnny Baptiste. So that'll be another good matchup. That's all the matches that we have right now. Mike Delgado and Randy Baggett played. That's what led Randy Baggett to come here into this matchup against Jamie. Their score was a 7-4 win for Randy. And every other score I've updated already before, so we should be good on those. Sorry guys. This was a big field, almost 80 players, staggered entry. Staggered entry with handicap included too, so it was like a double dip for the lower level players. And yes, they had 80 players. It was a really nice turnout for this event. Johnny Hockey says, didn't get a shot after I was on the hill against Ryan. Yeah, you know, Ryan's just a good player. He won't give people too many chances, really, man. You got on the hill first, so like you had a good chance to be able to win that match. But like Ryan knows how to play in those situations, and he just did his best to kind of navigate through each rack. And then when he got into trouble, he made sure that he played smart and he limited the opportunities that he had on the table. And That's how these higher level players play. They adapt sort of to the player. Usually they don't, though. They just play their own game, right? But every now and then, you got to adapt to the player and then just try to find a way to survive. And that's more or less where Ryan was last night, was just trying to figure out a way to survive against you. And I guess he found the way. So good on him for continuing to play the way that he did. And unfortunately for you, he came up short. But I thought you played a really good game, and I thought you were going to actually beat him 4-0, man, because you started off so strong. And but as soon as you give these guys a chance to get back in the match, man, that's what they do, and they're really good at it. Blink of an eye, next thing you know, it's already tied. I knew that was a risky shot, says Len. Should have went with 13. Johnny says, gotta start coming out to league. Yeah, you just gotta, you know what? The more you play against these higher level players, the more you're gonna understand how they think and how they play. And once you start understanding that and you start seeing the concept of the pattern play that they choose all the time, you're gonna see a different side of the game that's gonna help you develop your skills into a different level. But you can't do that by playing against lower level players. It's like the blind leading the blind kind of thing when you're trying to play in lower level leagues and you're trying to play in lower level tournaments. Like, yeah, you might make some money, but you're never going to be a great player that way. You're always going to be average at best. One of the guys that could have been great, instead of being one of the guys that is great or can be great. And that's the difference, right? You got to put the time on the table. You got to play against these higher level players. You got to learn how to deal with the pressure. And the more you can do that, the better you can play, and the better you become as a player all around. 8 to the side, and Jamie is gonna win another game here. He's up 3-2 right now. Johnny Hockey says Junior said race to 4 for me. I guess he still thinks I'm a 4. Yeah, I don't know. I was surprised with that, man, because you're a pretty good player, and I was like, wow, here's another one of these fours that just never misses, right? And but I mean, I don't know. So, like, I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna be a little bit blunt too, you know, because it's just the way I kind of am. I'm kind of upfront about the way I speak about things. But um, what was I gonna say? Oh man, I missed my point because somebody messaged me again. Yeah, I gotta check that message first. Big breath, big breath, big breath. Yeah, so you just, I don't even remember what I was going to say, but just, you just go out there and play your best game, play against the higher level players. And you're going to see that, you know, slowly you're going to start building up your arsenal. You're going to start understanding more about the game. You'll practice the right way, right? And so some of the things that you need to be able to grow the best is to put in actual time on the table, working on things that make you better. Don't sit there and, you know, rack racks and start running racks, because that's a sense of making you feel like you're like you're playing good, but you're not playing good. You're only just running that rack and that's it. And now what happens is, the reality is, when you go practice and you're breaking, like, everything just seems to go good. Everything just seems to go good. I'm getting lots of messages here. Hang on. I'm constantly losing my track of thought and my mind process. All right, so it looks like he just missed the shot to the corner, turns the table over to Randy. Yeah, I don't know where I was going to go with anything. Honestly, I lost my track of thought quite some time ago, but I'll try to figure it out eventually and maybe come back to it. Vinny Lathland says, hello from Apasquack. Still practicing for the Lower Moore tournament here in the man cave. Can't wait for the competition. Yeah, it should be really good, man. I've had a few people ask me if I'm streaming the event, but I haven't talked to them about it, so I don't think I'll be streaming the event, but I'll see. I'll see if they want me to stream it. I'll figure out something. Len says the two ball last rack, he didn't play strong enough. And the wrong pocket choice. Maybe blessing in disguise. He's gonna have to do a follow through draw shot here now. Does he have enough of an opening, or does he have to go right through the 3? Looks like he might have to go right through the 3, and the 3 ball's leaning against the rail, so that makes it a little bit tougher to follow this 14 ball through the pocket. Yeah, but basically what I was trying to get to is that if you play lower level pool only, you're almost never going to get a chance to become a better player. You'll always be good at that level, and you'll be the guy that, usually cashes in at that level. But when it comes down to like live play, when you're actually playing competition in an open tournament, a lot of those players that you're going to be playing against, you're going to be scared to play against. And then what happens then is that it takes so much time to build up the mentality to become a champion that if you don't start addressing it sooner than later, it's just going to become that much harder for you to become that top player that you want to be. Now, if you're happy where you are and that's as far as you want to go in pool, maybe you just want to have a good time and that's it. There's no aspirations to become one of the best players in the province or in the country. Then that's different, right? You can just settle for whatever it is that makes you happy. But if you're a competitive player that likes to win, don't be scared of the higher level players. You're going to learn a lot from playing against them. And it won't be long before you adapt to their style and start becoming just as good. The biggest thing that makes these players so good is the consistency in their game, the way they shoot, and the patterns that they choose. And the higher the level of player that you play against, the more they tend to stay away from trouble situations or troubled areas. And they also like to deal with their trouble balls like as quick as possible. They don't like to leave it to the very end. So there's little things that you just got to pick up from playing against the higher level players. But I thought you did really well, Jonathan. I thought you were going to actually win that match last night. And I wasn't surprised that Ryan fought back and ended up winning that match because that's what is expected from these players, right? The way they play competitively. If you give them a chance, they'll just keep fighting back. There's no quit in them, right? That's what makes them one of the greatest players around, is there no quit. Speaking of no quit, Randy's trying not to quit on this match. He's tied up the match at 3. Needs 4 more to win the match, and Jamie needs 2. David Wilson says Allison Fisher won the WPBA. You're talking about the Iron City one? Cool. She's a great player, man. I got a chance to meet her in person, and she's such a beautiful lady. The way she is, the way she carries herself. She's modest and talks to people and shares her smiles and just a very very friendly person. I thought she was pretty cool, man. Same thing with Kelly Fisher. She's another amazing player to meet. Just very friendly, great smile. She's funny. She likes to enjoy life too, right? I got a chance to watch them when I went out to Red Deer. We ended up going to the bar late at night, and I can see them all hanging out and a couple of drinks and having a good time and dancing. And Kelly was right in there, man. She likes life. She enjoys life like any other person out there trying to do good for themselves. They usually enjoy life. Dave La Riviere says, thank you for recognizing some of us just like pool. The team aspect, the social part of pool, we're happy not being the best. Yeah, and that's what it is, right? So you gotta decide what it is that you want. Everybody has their level, right? So and that's the reason why like these leagues work, right? So I think what happens is that like pool players that play in league that just want to be pool players in league, that's okay. But if you're a player that's aspiring to become a really good player, then you want to play league, of course, but you also want to focus more on tournament play and playing in open events because that's where all the growth is. In league, you're not really going to grow from it. But league is really good for people that just want to go out there and just have a good time and enjoy, play against people their own level, and just to feel good about their game, right? It's not a bad thing. I used to have an issue with league many years ago where I used to think like league just wasn't good for people. But I understand more than ever that it's something that's required for the pool world. I think what we need to learn how to do is just kind of have that as our entertainment, and then have tournaments become our bread and butter and how we grow to become better players. Yeah, I'll put that up right away. John, give me a sec. I don't know. I don't know if Jamie actually has a Fargo rate, but I'll take a look. I believe Randy was a 705. We have Jamie Bartlett on there, but it's not the right one. Try to see if I can find a different name of his on here, or somebody from Manitoba that has that last name. It should be him. Lots of Bartletts on the Fargo rate. They won't let me see, so I don't know. Let's go by the CompuSport. See what that tells us. All right, so he is almost established CSR rated player or CompuSport rated player. He's got a 1798 CSR. 1798. Based on the 1798, he should be a Vegas level player, so that's a 5, and that's where he's at. And so a Vegas level player would be basically like 550, 575 and under Fargo rate, something like that. Higher level player would be like a 575. An average Vegas level player would be in the 525 to 550 range. John Hubbard answered their question, and Randy is a 705. So we'll put Jamie here as a 575 just to put the Fargo rate up. It's not a legitimate Fargo rating because it doesn't have one. So technically, it would start off with a 525 as a starter rate. But I think he's more like I think I would be more like a 575. So maybe more like 550. We'll put him as 550 just to be fair. That way, there's no expectations that he's gonna just come up and run every table all the time. So I'll put him as a 550, and Randy was a 705. And there's their Fargo rates up on the scoreboard. Trying to solve the last piece of the puzzle. He's opened up the table. You're welcome, John. Lynn says Jamie's patterns from the start of the rack just isn't doing it at the moment. Well, and so when you look at like the difference between, say like a 500, a 600, a 700, an 800, is the skill development obviously is there. That's a big part. They can do more shots, do more things with the cue ball. But the pattern play is what separates all of them, right? And if you find that, like a lower level player gets into trouble every now and then, that's very common. where a higher level player, if you pay attention to the game, like 90% of the times that they play position, they're playing position in the open side where there's no trouble, where they're guaranteed to have a shot. That is how people grow with their Fargo rate, and the way they play is it's the pool IQ. So the skills are one part, the mentality is another part, but the pool IQ is what makes you the better player. And so, like, making good decisions, seeing the tangent line, understanding more about the tangent line, and basically just being aware of, like, if I make the shot and the cue ball goes this way, what are the risks? You know, should I adjust and put a little bit of spin? Can I go through? Should I take a different shot? Right. So going through that process of understanding what to pick and what to choose from what you have available on the table, you just have to be able to make the right choices. And usually when you see guys that are 700 and up, they almost always make the right choices, and they make the game look so easy and simple. But the reason why is because they're doing all the work through the positional play. Right? As long as they get position on the next shot, then they've done their job. And I think when we look at higher level players, a lot of us just expect them to do some really crazy big shots, but not all big players do that. A lot of the top players usually have a straight in shot every shot they shoot at, and that's because their cue ball control is so good that their positional play is just outstanding, and it's tough to beat a player when they're playing smart like that at the table. 4-3, Randy Baggett takes the lead. Race to 3 for Randy, race to 2 for Jamie. I know my mood's a little dampered and I'm kind of like, sounding a little quiet and stuff, but just a lot of stuff going on, and I'm starting to feel the fatigue right now. It's getting late, and I've only had a few hours sleep every day for like the last 3 weeks, basically 2 months. It feels like I barely slept, and my body's kind of taking its toll right now. I see lots of people tuning in to watch, so thank you everyone for tuning in. Once again, thank you for the last stream. I had 65 likes on that one, and you guys are awesome, man, because I was hoping to see something like that. That helps the algorithm a lot to like kind of support the work that I do and start putting that stream out to the different people. So thank you for that. You guys are awesome. And if you enjoy the quality of the stream and you're enjoying the coverage, even though I kind of started a little bit mellow to start, that's just things going on the side. You guys could always like the stream now just to support it a little bit more. And the only problem is that YouTube is always going to expect people to like it, and then when people don't like it, it's going to be like, well, maybe this guy sucks. So every time that you guys tune in to watch, if you guys are enjoying the coverage, I'd appreciate it if you guys would support me by liking the stream, and of course subscribe to the channel too. That's a big bonus. If anybody hasn't subscribed to the channel that are watching right now, it's a good way to support the work that I do. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm pretty close. I think like 80 away or something like that from getting there. So it's really close. I can almost see the line now, getting to 1,000. So if you guys can support that, that would be awesome. I appreciate those of you that have taken the time to support my work so far and that subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys, see the value in it, and I hope you guys understand how much I appreciate your support, because I really do. I don't think I say it enough about how much it means to me when people support the work that I do. I'm just a guy with a lot of passion that's hoping to be able to make a difference in pool. And when you guys like my streams and share my streams and subscribe to my channel, it gives me more motivation to keep trying to do more, to work harder for the future. And I have no idea what the future will hold, but all I know is that every day that I'm facing it, I'll be doing my best for you guys. So thank you for your support. Gonna have to be shooting over the ball no matter what here. Doesn't matter which one he takes, it's gonna be tough no matter what. He's a righty though, so this might be a little bit easier for him. Watch out for the miscue here. It's gonna go in. A little bit of a miscue. Hit that a little bit funny, but off the rail, off the ball, and it's gonna go in the pocket. Now he's got the shot here to be able to follow up. Table's pretty open, man. He's just gotta figure out the finish now. And he's gotta watch out. He keeps putting himself in a spot where he's like shooting over the ball. one of these times it's gonna get to him. It's gonna be a tough shot shooting over the ball. He's got to be a little bit more aware where that cue ball's going, trying to get into those open areas so he can get a little bit better position for the finish. This is going to be a tough one here. I think it might have been the right amount of spin, or sorry, right amount of speed, but not the right amount of spin. Big shot coming up here if he can make this 13. Yeah, he's going to hit it anyway, so he's not going to give Randy a ball in hand, but he's turned the table over with a pretty wide open table. And if I know Randy, he's going to find a finish here to get up 2 games and to make it a race to 2. I'm going to go check in CompuSport. There's got to be some matches that have been updated so far. So Junior and Ryan Sullivan are playing. Johnny's still waiting for the winner of this one. And I don't know what's going on with that A-side final. I'm assuming that it's not going yet, but they might have got that going. I can't see that. I see Junior playing right now against Ryan, so that match is going. I don't see anybody else around, so maybe they're waiting for that match till after this one's done. That's going to be a pretty good matchup too, Sean Monkman and Barry McLean. That's your A-side final that we're waiting on. Lance says Jimmy has had 2 racks he could have got, but just wrong pattern, unfortunate. Thank you, David Wilson says 937 subscribers, so I'm 63 away. What's up, Harold says, Rod, I'm back. Shout out to the Ontario boys. How come you didn't come out to play, Harold? You would have liked this tournament. Doug Who says, Rod is still going at it. Amazing. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, Energizer Bunny, no chance against me whatsoever. And I'm going through like rough patches here, man. Lack of sleep, you know, distractions on the side. It's killing my energy a little bit, and even then, I'm still pushing through because that's what I do. I love the game, man, and I don't know. I'm just grateful to have the opportunity to be where I am. I might have built this all up on my own the way that I got to where I am here, but every day that I'm out there, I'm grateful for the fact that I'm able to be where I am, and for the fact that I was dedicated enough to see through my passion and to follow my instincts on trying to do something like this for the future of the game. I could have just been a pool player, and I was a really good one when I decided to start streaming. But I don't know. I just felt like this meant something. Like this would make a difference somehow. And so I do my best to try to make a difference. Like I said, I'm not going to make a difference by winning titles, but I can make a difference by streaming and teaching others more about the game. You know, the skill side, the mentality side. I also teach a lot, so like teaching helps me a lot to be able to get back to the game too, because I'm trying to create champions, right? And the better the competition, the better it gets for everyone around in the city. So I'm just trying to do my part to help those people become better competitors. Yeah, I do everything I can to be able to make the game as best as I can through my work. But I feel very grateful to be here. I never take it for granted. I never think like I'm above the game. I don't think that either. I think people that think they're above the game when they're doing this kind of work are the wrong people to do the kind of work, man. Because, you know, the game doesn't need that. The game needs people that support it, not people that make it fall apart through their own ego. I try not to have ego. I am a proud guy though, but I try not to have ego when it comes to my work. I just try to be consistent and just let my passion drive the work that I do. Len says Jamie at this part of the tournament playing too loose, as in taking shots for granted. Yeah, a little bit though, you know. But see that's the problem with like lower level players is that they just don't find that rhythm to be able to be a dominant player. Where if you watch these higher level players, like they just have a good consistent rhythm, right? Like every shot is focused, you know, the patterns are right, the delivery is on point, like so everything that they do is right. As you're growing up to become a player like that, or as you mature into a player like that, you slowly start understanding that there's something behind the game that you're not doing, which is the things that these higher level players do. But when you're watching streams and you're watching pool and you get a chance to watch higher level players play, try to get into their shoes, you know, just try to imagine if you were at the table, what would you do? And then, you know, you're going to learn a lot from that because the shot that you would do is usually like if you're a high level player, usually you're right. But if you're a lower level player, you're almost always going to be wrong. And when you're guessing right, it's reassuring you on the patterns that you should be picking. And when you're guessing wrong, it's showing you the pattern that you should have chose. And now when you're learning that through watching a stream or watching a match on TV, that's free lessons. Those are free lessons that you usually can't get without battling. So take those lessons, you know, learn from them, grow them, develop your pattern play through what you watch on TV. Then apply that pattern play or that logical common sense that pattern play players play and go out there and just play smart, right? Find your pattern, you know, look at your choices, look at your angles, look at your tangent line, understand more about that stuff, and then be really good with the cue ball, right? Like so to be a great player, you need to learn how to control that cue ball best, whether it's spins or speed or whatever, you know, shot making, whatever the case is. You just have to focus on being better at everything that you do. Break your game apart and figure out what it is that you're strong at, figure out what it is that you're weak at, and then work on what you're weak at. And then before you know it, you'll be playing a lot better. And then when the stuff that you're strong at starts becoming a little bit weaker, it's easier to maintain. You just go to the table and work that one specific shot and you're back on par again. Now you got the confidence going to be able to compete all the time and to be able to win all the time. It's a process though, you know, you can't just wake up one day and say, okay, I'm going to be the best. Well, I guess you could, but to get there, you got to put the efforts in every day, all the time. I know because my game was there. There was a point in time where like almost nobody can beat me. I was just playing so good, so focused on my game, and my mentality was on point. Win or loss, it didn't matter. Every shot was addressed the same way. I know what it takes to be a good player, so that's why I'm sharing that advice with you guys. But I'm telling you, it's not easy, and it will be if you're dedicated. But if you're not dedicated, you're gonna have a tough time at first. But once you start getting results on the table and you start getting results in a tournament, you start focusing more on trying to be able to play that way because you see that, you know, by playing better and smarter, now you're getting the results that you've been always looking for. It's just a process. Like I said, you have to go through the process on your own, but take advantage of the fact that you get opportunities like this to watch good players play and kind of put yourself in the mentality of where they're at and what they're trying to do next. And you'll see, you'll grow lots from that. And if there's something cool that you see that these guys do that you didn't kind of expect, you know, you could always back and just kind of screenshot it or whatever and go set up that shot at the pool hall and work on that shot till you figure out what it is that they did. And once you figure it out, it's like, boom, you just opened up another page in the book. Now you know more, right? The more knowledge you gain, the better you become. Is Randy at 5 now? I'll have to wait. Oh, yeah, he's at 5. I can see his coin. Yeah, that's the problem. I start talking about my passion and then boom, start losing track of things. 5-3. So it's officially a race to 2 now. And I'll tell you something about mentality and the process of mentality is that when Jamie started off with the first 2 games winning, you can see Randy was a little stressed because in his mind, he's like, well, how am I playing against a guy that's playing so good? And I'm spawning him 2 games. Everybody goes through that process, right? That's a sandbag theory or sandbag, what do you call it? I can't really come up with a word with it, but it's when you're playing against somebody that, you know, you feel that should be a higher level player and that affects you. High level players usually don't get affected by it because they know that that lower level player is going to do a mistake at some point that's going to give them a chance, and then they just capitalize from there. But everybody else that's trying to become that level, trust me, it affects you a lot. Lena says, I hope we will be able to watch Sean and Barry match. I'm hoping so too. I'll be disappointed if I don't get the A side final. the main matches that should be on the stream no matter what are the A-side final, the B-side final, and the championship match. Those are 3 must-have matches on a TV table. But because they're trying to run their time, you know, they may just put the A-side final on here and then run the B-side on the side, or they might, you know, end up skipping the A-side here and then just put it on the other table, which I don't think they're going to do that. I know Junior's a smart guy, so I know that he's trying to promote his event, and I think that, you know, like, he's going to want to have that A-side final on a TV table, I'm pretty sure. And if I'm wrong, it is what it is, you know. He made that call based on how the tournament is running, and he's a tournament director, so I can't be against his call. He's the one that knows what's going on here, so whatever he decides to do, he does. But yeah, like you guys, I hope that we get that A-side final. It's going to be a great match. Ryan's Perception says, Randy is lucky I taught him everything I know before I went blind. Cool. Yeah, he's such a great player. If you're the one that taught him, Ryan, that's awesome, man. Just a great player. He's an example of the kind of player that you want to be. Very well balanced, very well focused, great execution on the shots, plays amazing pattern play, you know, and he's consistent. Regardless of who he's playing against, he's consistent. You can see here, you know, he's kind of taking over this match a little bit. Now, 1 away from getting on the hill and 2 away from winning. But this rack is important. For sure it is. No worries, it's all of our passion, so preach on, says Michael. Yeah, man, I don't know. I try not to get too passionate about my work, you know, but it just pours out of me all the time. The way I look at pool is it's giving me a second chance at life to be able to do more with myself, and I'm grateful for it. So every day that I wake up, like, that's my drive. That waking up and knowing that I'm gonna try to do something to make a difference in pool. That's what drives me to get up every day and to try harder every night, right? And yeah, it just kind of pours out of me, man. A lot of people that watch me for the first time say, like, hey, man, I watched your stream, I listened to it, and, like, I wish I was half as passionate as you. Like, just the way you sound, the way you talk about the game, it's like a person, right? And to me, it kind of is. Like, pool is not human, obviously, but the idea of what pool is to me, it's like something special and something that I appreciate, regardless of if I'm playing good or not, or regardless of if I'm playing at all. Every day I come out here, I'm just grateful, like I said, to have the chance to be where I am. I get a chance to watch so many great matches too. It's really nice. It's a bonus, you know. Harold says taking things for granted is a downfall. Correct. So I never take anything for granted, and players on the table, you should never do that either, man. If you have a chance at the table to be able to finish, you just put in that effort, whatever it takes. If you need a reset for it, then you take the reset, right? But just make sure that, you know, you don't have regrets after, and never think that you're gonna win just because you're good. There's a lot of good players that have been eliminated from this tournament, and I'm telling you, like, it doesn't matter. It just comes down to that day, that match, and how you respond to the situations at the table. John Hubbard says, one thing I notice is all players are very smooth, and I haven't seen anyone shoot hard. I see a lot of lower level players tend to want to hit the shot hard to try for the next shot, and no need to. Yeah, so these are all the little things that you see that are a little bit different, right? So high level pool is more, it's more methodical, it's smooth. There's no real need for like a lot of power or anything. The power only usually comes through like the breaks. But as far as making shots, like, I think, like, on average you're gonna have maybe one shot at the table where you have to put a little bit extra power. But most of the times, you know, good level players don't really have to do that. But every now and then you'll find that shot where you have to put some power in. But for a higher level player, power is not literally muscle, it's speed, right? And speed is not created through muscle, even though the lower level players feel like it is. And that's why they hit so hard, because they feel like speed is created through muscle and power is created through muscle. But speed is just, it's the pendulum, right? And how fast you bring that pendulum through. And whether you stop the shot, like jerk at it, or if you try to follow through on it, right? If you're a follow through player, which is something that I recommend everyone to become, a follow through player can play shots through with a lot of power without using a lot of muscle. They just develop a nice fine stroke from it, and that's how you shoot, right? That's how you shoot through. It's all about the stroke, man. You should be working on your stroke too. If you find that you're missing shots that are, maybe 5 feet away from the pocket, you got to work on your stroke. Michael says therapeutic for me, win, lose, or draw. Yeah, and that's the way it is, man. William Blaine says Randy is a beast today. You are right. You are right. But so has been Jamie. Jamie has had an incredible run in this tournament so far, dominating a lot of players that he played against. Never once did he feel anything out of it. He just felt like, yeah, I played good, and he played good, and I won. Comes into play on this match, and you can see like he might be affected slightly mentally here, but it's not really showing too much. I think if anything, it's like he's feeling now, like at this point, like he has to run tables, he has to finish on the turn. So now this is where like the mentality side of things come up, and how a player deals with that. You should never feel that way. If you feel like you have to run every table to win, then you're in trouble, man. You're gonna give up some tables even when you don't want to. You should always just try to be consistent with your game and just work the shot, pay attention to detail, one by one until you get to the finish. And then take that little bit of extra time when you get to the finish, make sure you finish it off. Looks like he's come up dry, and James is going to get a chance to get on the hill too, but he's got to work out this table. And right now, his back is sort of against the wall, and he needs to find a way to finish this rack. But what I was saying, respective to this, is that you have to find a way to have balance, right? You don't just go for everything and try for the round out. You try to find balance and just work out the pattern as best as you can. Be aware when you're about to get into a troublesome situation, and instead of running the cue ball into that area and getting into trouble and then trying to figure out how to get out, prevent that from happening by playing smart. Play a safety ahead of time. You play that safety, now you're no longer in trouble. You have better control. Things change, right? So just be more aware of what's going on around you, and don't be so eager to just run the table, like find balance. There's a time and a place for everything. A safety and running a table are two different worlds, but they can both get you the win. So don't look at safety as in like, oh, that's for people that are scared to play. Don't think of it like that. The safety is a really great weapon that will help you in the long run to be able to win a lot of matches where you might not have won if you tried a trick shot to get out. But now because you played a smart safety, you got a ball in hand, you no longer need that trick shot. Now you just play the game. So just find balance, that's the biggest thing. I think that's the 11 and the 6 ball, correct, Len? If that went there, I should have taken it when it was an open table. Still has a bit of a difficult out here. So like this is an example where you have to be a little bit more balanced. So like going for a big shot here, okay, you get to shoot again, but if you miss it, you turn the table over with a pretty wide opportunity here for Randy to close out. So at this point, I would be looking for a safety. He's gonna make the shot though, and that's gonna leave him the options for the 1 or the 5-4 combo. Just missed that combo. Gonna turn the table over here to Randy, who's gonna have a chance to close out, but he has a couple of key areas that he's got to deal with. The 9 and the 11 are those two key areas right now. Harold says, I played on tables that you have to shoot hard. There's too many rolls and bad rails to bank. Yeah, so those are, if you get on a table like that, then it's a free for all. You got to do what you got to do to win, right? But generally speaking, when you watch all these high level players play, no matter if it's here in Winnipeg, in Calgary, anywhere in Canada or North America, anytime you watch high level players play, you're going to see that almost never do they ever stroke the ball hard. They just hit it nice and smooth every time. And I'm surprised that Randy missed that shot. Must have had a little bit of a last minute thought in his head before he shot that. Not feeling good about it though. But what can you do, man? Just gotta shake it off, and hopefully you get another turn at the table. And if you don't, then you go to the next rack. I'm going to show you guys two things here today. And this is my way of saying thank you for you guys liking the stream. My way of saying thank you for you guys tuning into the stream all weekend. And my way of saying thank you for your constant support. We're going to wait after this rack. We're going to do one after this rack. And then if there's another rack coming up, we'll do the other one after that one. But these are two little insights that I'm going to give you guys. One is about mentality, and the other one is about cue ball. And this should help open up your eyes quite a bit. If you're a novice level player, the cue ball stuff is going to help you to understand so much more. And if you're an intermediate level player, the mentality thing is going to help you become a champion. Didn't want to run into the 13 ball, but he ends up with a lineup for the side pocket, so that worked out okay. Both these things that I'm going to come up and show you guys are, to me, like the biggest things that make a pool player a great player. It's hard to kind of understand it, the concept of it, but I put up some graphics to help you guys understand. So I hope that this this shared knowledge becomes something that helps you in your game to become a better player. A very wise person once told me that when it comes to pool and the knowledge that is shared, he says to me that 10% is real, 90% is bullshit. And so, and that kind of is true. But when it comes to me, it's always 100% true. I don't try to lie. I try to make sure that if I'm going to share knowledge, that it's good knowledge that will help you guys out. Yeah. So hopefully it helps you. Britannia Legion, how you doing? Says thanks for the insights. And says, oops, I should change from Britannia Legion to Keith Yowzer. You should, but that's all right. I don't mind. Whatever you want to do, man. Jose Herrera, what's happening, amigo? Says, nice streaming and great comments as usual. Thanks, man. You're very welcome. And thank you for tuning in, Jose. LAV says, take hero shots every day. Yeah, well, you know, like I don't know if you guys watched Jeremiah Hampton play through my YouTube channel this last week while I was in Victoria. But Jeremiah Hampton is a player that kind of, I wouldn't say he takes hero shots every day, but he's got one of those styles that he grew up taking hero shots every day. So when he plays at the table, regardless of what he gets, he just finds an out. Dangerous player, man. It takes like, if a disciplined player takes 10 years to become a disciplined player, it takes you 20 years to become a crazy wild player that can do shots from anywhere. But if you're consistent and you keep playing through it, you'll see the results, man. And once again, I'll bring up Jeremiah Hampton as an example. He came out and played in the CCS, the 11th annual Vancouver Island Championships, and he ended up winning the 9-ball mixed singles. That was all divisions included. He won that one. Then he won the 8-ball singles, and then he played on the team and won the team event as well. So he triple crowned in that event. And I'm telling you, like, his style is not a style that we usually play, but it worked for him. And I'm telling you, he was that guy that just, you know, whatever it took to make the shot, he would just try to make the shot. And because he grew up that way, playing crazy kind of pool, it actually made him a very, very great competitor, because whatever situation he faces, he was always ready for it. And another thing too that he says to me, and I already knew this anyway, but I'll share it with you guys, is that, you have to be committed to your work, right? Whatever it is that you're going to do at the table, never sit there and just look at things and then kind of be half-ass about it. Be committed, be focused, deliver the shot for the win. John says, great stream. Glad I came across this. Great players, commentary, knowledge, and advice. Thanks, man. So this is an example from you guys liking the stream, from you guys subscribing to the stream, to the channel. Guys like John get an opportunity to see this stream that they normally never would even known that existed, and now he knows that he can watch some great coverage every time he tunes in on my stream. And obviously, it's always going to be good, man. I can have 8-player tournaments, and there's so much competition. I can have 40-player tournaments, and the competition is intense. Whatever the case, man, you're always going to enjoy the streams. There's always going to be great competition, and my commentary is going to be basically the same as it is right now. It's always the same. I'm like what would you call me? Like a sensei, but not really a sensei. I'm like a white belt sensei. That's the best way I can explain it. Great shot. Needs to get up for the finish, though. It's going to come up at a bank angle. He's going to try to reverse cut this. Now, this will be a nice shot. This is kind of similar to what Jeremiah Hampton did, but not quite the same. Jeremiah Hampton's back cut on the 8-ball was way thicker than this. Or sorry, thinner, I mean, because he had to, like the 8-ball was more of the... I'm going to show you guys that shot. I'm going to find that shot. I'm going to show you guys that shot, especially if Randy makes this one, because you're going to say, like, oh, this is a really nice shot. But when you see Jeremiah Hampton's shot, you're going to think, wow, like, that's incredible. That defies logic. Mentally, it's hard to understand how he made the shot. That's how crazy the shot was that I seen. Doug Who says, what is CSL Manitoba? So CSL stands for CUESPORTS Live Manitoba. But I went with CSL Manitoba because that's what my email was. So I went with CSL Manitoba. And honestly, I got to change that email, man, because it's annoying. All right, so Randy's going to win that match. 7-3, the final score. We'll bring this back, and then we'll get into a little bit of mentality and cue ball. Bring this up a little bit more just to set the mood. I like to set the mood, man. It's always about setting the mood. Let's take this down because we don't need this right now. This will be a good filler while we wait for the next match to come up, which should be right away. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about, which I talked about out in Victoria. So some of you guys might have seen this already, and you're going to say, well, I already seen this, right? Yeah, you did. Where is it? All right, so this is the first one. I call it the champion mentality, all right? So the way this is explained psychology-wise is that you're supposed to have two names set up. You have your name, in my example, Rod. So Rod is the guy that always makes the shots. And then we'll say, I don't know, oh, I don't want to pick a bad name. Okay, so we'll say Rob, right? I don't know. There's any Roberts on there? I'm sorry. But Rob's the guy that always misses the shots all the time because he's got other things going on in his mindset, and he's never really prepared for the shot. So the way psychology says is that every time that you have a background thought, what we call a brain fart, you're supposed to say, you know, go away, Rob, you know, you don't belong here. It's my turn to shoot. Rod's here at the table, you know, blah, blah, blah. But that psychology is really hard to understand. So what I did is I said, you know what, I'm going to create circles. We walk around the table in almost a circle pattern. So for me, I said, I'm going to create circles. There's going to be a big circle and a small circle. In the big circle, this is what you need to learn how to understand and separate in your mindset when you're playing. Anything that has to do with pattern play thoughts, shot adjustments, extra thoughts, pressure mentality, anxiousness, nervousness, crowd distraction. Okay, so crowd distraction, when somebody walks by you and you're shooting, you notice them. Like maybe you see the color of their pants or the back of their shirt and you're shooting. If you noticed any of those things when they walk by, you're now distracted. You're in the big circle. You need to stand up. You need to reset. If you're about to shoot this shot and you're feeling nervous because it's a really tough shot, walk around the table, you know, take your time, reset, go back in, being ready. If you're feeling anxious, you know, like maybe this is like, okay, my whole team is watching me. I'm about to make this 8-ball and everybody's going to scream. You know, you're feeling anxious about the shot because, you know, you're already kind of feeling the celebration. Well, you're not ready for the shot either because your mind is somewhere else. It's not where it should be. Pressure mentality, you know, playing against a higher level player that you think you can never beat. So then because you say, well, I can never beat him, and then you go and play against them and then you miss, right? Like these are all the things that belong in the big circle. When you go down to shoot, it should be the small circle only, which is execution only. So what you have to do to be able to make this work for you mentally is you got to separate everything, right? So anything that has to do outside of making the shot should automatically go into the big circle, and anything that has to do with just making the shot should be execution only. And the more you think about that, the more that you apply this theory to your game, the less you're going to find yourself having brain farts while you're shooting, right? You don't want to have brain farts. You want to be 100% focused. So big circle, small circle. Big circle, anything that has to do outside of shooting. Small circle, just a shot. That's it. If there's any kind of thought like, well, maybe I should go tops, maybe I should go bottoms, maybe I should play this, stand back up, reset, get back into the small circle, ready to execute. That's your first lesson here. And I got to set up the scoreboard, so before I get going, this is going to be the A-side final now. We're in for a treat. Race to 7 even. On YouTube only, because they banned me on Facebook yesterday. Somebody reported my stream and then they gave me a 24-hour warning, so I couldn't stream. The finals, the actual finals, the championship match will be on both. But right now I have like maybe 20 minutes left on my ban, and then I can start streaming on Facebook. So after this match, I might stop and then come back with the last ones on Facebook and YouTube. Under my name, Rod Arriagada, and then slash CSL Manitoba. It's on. I shared it on the Facebook page. So if you go to CUESPORTS Live on Facebook, you'll see the poster. It says, this is the stream, blah blah blah. CUESPORTS Live. And then you click on there, you scroll up. So that's the stream right there. Yeah, that one right there. Yeah, so you press it and then it'll take you to YouTube. And then when you're on YouTube, if you want to share with people, all you gotta do is just find the share button, which is right there. It'll ask you to copy the link. You can text that to anybody, and then they'll be able to go straight to the stream. But that's where it is. Yeah, that's part 2. I'm not sure why it's blanked out because it should be streaming. Yeah, this is the stream. Yeah, this is the stream here, so it's still streaming right now. Oh, there it is. It just broke, so it's good. All right. All right, let me go back here. All right, so I was typing in the names. Yeah, that's it. So you have to go on here. The description down. And then it says share, so you press share. And you copy the link. And then you can text that to anybody. All you gotta do is just hit until you see the paste and then send it. Well, to put it on your Facebook, you would just share. Should be able to do it automatically from here. Oh, but that's because it went over. So share feed and post. I should have done it. Let me know if it worked or not. If not, then I'll go there and I'll set it up for you. All right, A-side final. Scoreboard has been reset. This is our matchup here. Bring it in, bring it in. Let me begin. All right, so after this rack is done, then I'm going to go over the cue ball thing that I was telling you guys about. And I think this one, like, I don't have to go into too much detail into this one because a lot of the graphics are kind of self-explanatory. And really what this one is, it's more or less about just opening your eyes to understand a little bit more about the cue ball and what you need to learn about it. Is this Jeremiah as good as Stephen Holm? I think that when it comes to like pressure and stuff, Holm is a little bit more settled in, where Jeremiah might have a tougher time playing against him still, but he's a great player, and I think that on a day where he's playing good, it would be a really good matchup. But Jeremiah, is, from what I understand, is more of a barbox technician than. Well, I gotta change that too. Thank you for pointing that out. I'll change that right now. Asking me about the Fargo rates. Sorry, get that fixed up right now. Quick work out of that one. Barry, I think, was a 668. All right, that was a pretty quick rack. I didn't even get a chance to set up for this, so we'll bring this up quickly if I can. All right, so the first thing you need to learn about spins is, you know, the basics, right? One tip up, one tip right, one tip at an angle. This is the way that we normally learn about spin, right? And this helps us to control the cue ball pretty decent. But that's the novice level, right? Then we move into the level 2, which you would consider, I guess, right in between novice and intermediate. Now you start understanding that you got to put one tip from center, and you slowly kind of work your way into the cue ball. As you progress, you start seeing now that there's not just one tip, but you can apply half a tip or a tip and a half. And those things kind of help your game a little bit more because you start understanding more about how the cue ball works with spin involved. I'll let them break here and then I'll switch up again. Massive break. He's been playing really good, man. Then you get to the 4th level, which is basically like, I guess, advanced level. Now you understand that you can play, you know, half a tip all the way through. You can know the edge of the ball. You know it really well. But basically, what you see here, this is the stuff you guys start training on to understand these little precision points for the shots. And then when you become an advanced level player, a master level player, this is basically what you see with the cue ball. You're going to see all these tangent lines. Every single spin that you put on, you're going to see all of these tangent lines. And then the more you get familiarized with it, the better you're going to become at using those spins. But that's basically the lesson right there. That's what you need to learn on the cue ball, is how to use that to your advantage to learn more about the spins. A lot of people say stay away from spins because, you know, there's no need for it, right? But I'm telling you, if you want to be a good player, stay away from it. If you want to be a great player, learn everything you can about it. The spins is the key to success. Of course, there's a lot of other things also involved in that, but you know, it's one step at a time. You know what I mean? Now, these guys are both premier level players, so that's why they're both racing to 7, and their Fargo rate difference is about 72 point difference. No, wait. That's 32. Yeah, 52 point difference. Somebody said zoom in some, and I did. I was just, at that moment, I had the stream backed up so I can show you guys the graphics, but yeah, we're good now. Dave Laravere says, Lenvi, I think it's apples and oranges. Jeremiah is a great apple, but Steven, having played in really major events, really major matches and tournaments, is a great orange. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, so like mentality wise, like Stephen Holmes is going to be the more dominant player, but if you catch Jeremiah on the right time when he's in sync with his game, then he can be a very dangerous player, and I think he could put up a great fight against Stephen Holmes. Would they ever play in a money match straight up? I don't think so. I think there would be a little bit of a spot involved, but I think that yeah, Jeremiah can compete with them. At least that's the way it looked like from the way that I watched him play out in Victoria. Shout out to one of our sponsors here, Can Central Sports Cards Memorabilia. They're located at 995 Millsteagle Drive, Unit 1 here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. If you want to give them a call to find out something specific that you're looking for, if they have it, give them a call at 204 775 9631. And my other proud sponsor, Brock's Office Supplies for your business. Visit our website for great deals and savings at brocksoffice.ca. Moving into rack number 2 now, and Sean Monkman's going to be breaking on this one. Take a look at his big break. Smashed it, but he lost the cue ball. Now, this is the problem with these higher level players is they have monstrous breaks, but when they lose the cue ball, it's almost instantly a loss, man, because the other guy is good, right? So he's not going to miss too many shots with a wide open table. I'm not sure why Brent Babcock is confused, but it's okay, man. You'll be okay. What are they rated? Said high kick. I just explained that to you guys there. Premier level players, so the highest ranking level here for the pool league in Manitoba. And their Fargo rates are there on the screen, so you can see the comparison of how much knowledge they have. Oh, you almost got the perfect breakout. Still not bad though. I believe that 11 will go past this 7 ball in the bottom left corner. So as long as he takes this 9 ball out of the way, then that 11 ball should go to the pocket also. I'll have to focus on the breakout here for the 13 ball now. Not to sound this way, he says high kick, but that pattern kind of surprised. 1-1. Is it 1-1? Okay. I'll take your word for it. Sorry, guys. I start talking, and I get kind of caught up in it. All right, I'll take your word for it, though. Maybe I just play a little bit more deliberate, says high kick. Gord Kerr is right. He says the only reason Barry is so much lower than Sean is because he doesn't play as many big tournaments anymore. David Moore says it's rack 3. Thank you. Third rack. Both have a win. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate that. There's going to be times where I kind of drop the ball a little bit, and it's only because I'm usually talking about something that I love in pool, right? And it's either that or I'm getting caught up in a conversation on something else. But most of the times I'm trying to pay attention. I appreciate you guys keeping me honest here. That's what David Wilson is for. He usually comes up and says, "Hey, man, you got the wrong score." He's my, what would you call him? He's my unofficial mod. They didn't like the way that was lined up, so I adjusted it here. It's going to miss the shot, turn the table over to Sean. Great opportunity here for Sean to take the lead in this match. All right, let's check out the CompuSport bracket to see if there's any other updates going on right now. We have the 8-side final running. Cornell McLean Jr. and Ryan Solival are still playing. The winner of that will play against the winner of Randy Baggett and Johnny Baptiste. And Jamie is going to get eliminated in the 7th, 8th place, which is really not that bad at all, man. He made $380 for his efforts. Not bad for a 5. He's that close to being a great competitor. And I feel like he was a great competitor the way that he played in this event. It's 2-1 for Sean Monkman. Absolutely smashed that rack. What a break. What a break, man. I gotta learn that break. That was such a nice break. Check out the power behind this one. Just laid it on there, man. With some confidence. What a break. Trying to find that back cut from Jeremiah. All right, I found it. All right, a little bit of a grind out battle here. This is where you get to see the skill level of these players when they're trying to find a way out of trouble. Something that he's not liking about the shot that he's just called. He's still trying to figure it out. All right, while we're waiting for that to happen, or is he going to do the shot now? Let's see, he's going to do the shot now. Right after the shot, I'm going to show you guys a Jeremiah Hampton shot.
And then going into 13 and then making it in the top right corner. I think that's the way he's looking at it.
He's on the 8 ball.
No, he back cut it. Oh my God.
Oh, every time I look at it, man, I can't believe he made that shot. I'll show you guys again while Sean's trying to work things out.
And then going into 13 and then making it in the top right corner. I think that's the way he's looking at it.
Cut.
No, he back cut it. Oh my God.
That was from the CCS 11th Annual Vancouver Island Championships that I covered over the last few days. And we got a safety battle here. I gotta go back here again. Keith Yowler says, you sound like you need another bowl of wonton with barbecue pork, man. That was amazing. Do you deliver in Winnipeg? By the time it gets here, I guess it'll be a little cold, though. Got your back, Jack, says Harold. They're still running out, though, playing a little quick. I think it's all like pattern based, man, how fast they shoot. Doug Who says Sean beat Johnny Who beat Junior. Okay, hang on. So Junior and Johnny played on the A side semifinal. No, they played in the quarterfinal, and Johnny won that match on the hill. Oh no, wait, it was a 7-4 win for Johnny. That sent Junior to the B side. And then Johnny ended up playing right after that, played against Sean Monkman, and then Sean won that match. And then since Junior went to the B side, he had to face against Tom Lafournier. That one went to the hill with Junior winning. And now he's playing against Ryan Soloveld. Another good matchup there. It's unfortunate we can't have all these matches on the stream right now because a lot of good matches. On the bottom side, we have Randy Baggett and Johnny Baptiste, which is going to be a really crazy battle. Those guys had a showdown back in, 2018, I think it was, for the King of the Hill out at University of Manitoba. That was the first time I had an event on the diamond tables, and they played each other there in a race to 15, winner take all. Johnny ended up winning that event and played a great match against Randy, who actually played really well himself. Nick, you're correct. He says, I think Johnny beat Jr. just before he played Sean, correct? Johnny B. Jr. says David Wilson. Keith Yao says, I was just thinking of Jeremiah's back cut. Yeah, that was an incredible back cut, man. It's a war on this table right now. Battle is on 2-2. Let's take a look at that shot again. It's such a beautiful shot, man.
And then going into 13 and then making it in the top right corner.
It defies,
I think that's what he's looking at.
Shot. It's not supposed to go that
far. No, he back cut it. Oh my God.
Made me feel, when he made that shot, I thought to myself, I just don't try hard enough. Because I would have given up on that 8-ball. Like, I'm just going to play a safety. He's like, no, you know what? I'm just going to back cut this and, yeah, get out. Dave says, I remember that shot. I'm pretty sure he failed physics in school because that's not possible. I know. I mean, look at it again. Okay, so the more you look at this shot, the more you appreciate how crazy the shot was.
And then going into 13, it was and then making it in the top right corner. I think that's what he's looking at it. No, he back cut it. Oh my God.
Moving into rack number 5 now. We're in a tied up match at 2, and Sean Monkman's breaking on this one. This time he kind of let up on the cue ball a little bit because he didn't want to lose control. And he's going to get rewarded with a really nice spread, man. This table is wide open. Even the 8-ball has a pocket after the 9 goes in. Nice outside Harold. And John says Barry just had a great breakout. Yeah, he did really good on that rack. That shot is sort of like a shot I tried practicing a while back. Says high kick. Not as extreme though. Really nice shot by him. So I'll show you guys how to make that shot. So for you to make that shot, to make it like he did, and you can watch this on the replay. So if you put the spin here, right here on the side, that's the widest angle that you can get for a spin. But when you go just below, like he did there, it gives you a little bit of extra width and a little bit more thin contact, which allows the speed to develop. This is how he made that shot with this kind of spin. We all knew that was going to be some quick work. Not surprised at all. Three to 2, he takes the lead. Winner of this match guarantees second place. That's what I was doing, says high kick, that sort of spin. Yeah, so that's what it is, right? So normally, like that shot, you don't always apply left on that. And, like, it depends on which way you're cutting, I guess. But you know how they like sometimes put that ball frozen to the middle spot on the top rail, and then they'll bring the cue ball down to the spot where you break from, in the middle of the table, and then guys can reverse cut that ball off that top rail back to the left side or right side. It's the same kind of spin, but instead of putting bottoms, you would put just straight center to the right or straight center to the left. Now, what makes the shot possible to be able to make it is that you have to increase your speed, and you have to calculate the shot perfectly, which you'll get the feel of the shot the more you practice it, but you want to hit just before the cue ball to allow that spin to take off. Now, if you're shooting the ball to the left, a lot of people will think, well, I'm just going to put left-hand spin on that. It's actually the opposite. You're going to want to put right-hand spin on it, because then what happens is if you hit it with the right timing before the ball makes contact with the object ball, the cue ball's coming in with a spin that's running right spin, right? So it keeps running in a right spin. Once it contacts that cue ball, it pushes it off to the left, bringing it away from the rail instead of running it into the rail, which is what makes you miss the shot. Oh, man. It is a battle here. Barry ain't putting up with it today, he says. I don't think so, Sean Monkman. I don't think so. He's going to reply with a massive break of his own. Like he says, by mine, object ball half between first rail center table on the right side of the cue ball, opposite end of the table on the left of the center line. It's a slight back cut. All right, so I showed you guys how that shot is. He's got to figure out this table anyway. So let's go back now and let's pay attention to just the cue ball on the shot from Jeremiah. I got to find the shot now. There it is.
And then going into 13 and then making it in the top right corner. I think that's what he's looking at it.
Lots of speed.
No, he back cut it. Oh my God.
Trying to get the 8-ball open right away, but he's going to go off the 7-ball and scratch to the side pocket. Huge opportunity here for Sean Monkman to take a 2-game lead, possibly a 3-game lead because he breaks next. All right, so I got 235 people watching right now, and I only have 28 likes. And I've shared so much knowledge with you guys today. That's got to be worth a like, no? Big highlight from Victoria, a little bit of understanding about mentality, more understanding about cue ball control, and then specifics on a crazy highlight. That definitely deserves a like. But if you feel like it wasn't enough, then you just wait. There'll be more. Maybe not more lessons, but there'll be more great action coming your way. That last rack was wrong, says Dave LaRiviere. A stripe in all 3 corners. Ah, I didn't notice that. Didn't notice that. You need to open up the 1 ball. You need an angle on the 7 ball to be able to break open that 3 and 8. A little bit of danger here when he breaks it out, but he's not going to want to do anything crazy. And Renai's got the perfect angle. Maybe just go into the rail and then into the balls. That would push the 3 ball out in the open and would maybe tie up the 8 ball a little bit. Oh man, he went straight forward. Crazy guy. I didn't think he would try that, but yeah, what a nice little shot that was. Very risky, but the reward is right there. And now this kind of worked out okay because he's got the shot on the 1. He'll have position on the 5 to be able to get over for the 3. When it gets onto the 3, all he's got to do is go off the rail off the 8. That's going to push the 9 ball away. And he's going to want to make sure he's got a bit of an angle because he's going to want to bring the cue ball over to the left side of the table or in the middle of the table. because that 8 ball is not going to sit where it is. It's going to actually take over the spot where the 9 ball is. So he's going to have to plan for that. Here all says, yeah, I saw quite a few bad racks. One game, the 8 was on the corner. That's interesting, man. And I should notice that stuff, but I didn't notice it. Here, Keith Yeltser says, I've liked and shared twice. I will get Gorker to research where the best wonton and barbecue pork are made and YWG. I go to a couple of places here, and I have a spot where like I really enjoy the barbecue pork, but they don't have anything else. It's just barbecue pork. You can buy rice. You can buy barbecue chicken or roasted chicken, the ginger one or the soy one. Oh, you got in such a bad spot there. Kick shot for the win on that rack. You're too busy singing to notice the errant racks. You know, believe it or not, I'm tired, but I haven't really done any singing. It's gonna go in. Nice shot. Four to two. Did every effort here to get perfect on that 8 ball. And just ended up rolling up on the 9 ball, but fortunately for him, the kick shot was good. Brock's Office supplies for your business. Go to their website at brocksoffice.ca, and if you scroll down to the bottom, you're going to see some of these featured items, like this Canon 137 original toner cartridge. Regular price right now at Brock's Office is $119.99, and the same item on Facebook on Staples, it's $132.19. Lots of different deals, and featured items get changed. And I think we're going to have some new items next week. And I'll do my best to kind of relate those items to you guys. What, another smash and break from Sean. Made it look so easy, too. Oh, we got to watch this again because it missed the beginning, but the beginning is there. Here it comes. Boom. Absolutely smashed it. Another featured item that you can find at brocksoffice.ca right now is a Deflecto Duramat chair mat. Only $139.99 at brocksoffice.ca. It's a 64-inch by 46-inch or 5 feet by 3 feet, 10 inches. He's going to call the 3. Looking for a 3-ball combination here. Oh, he's going to miss it. Uh-oh. There's a little bit of trouble. Going to give Barry McLean an opportunity here. Looks like he's going to settle for the 15 in the top right corner, which will give him the natural position for the 8 ball. Just has to get the cue ball somewhere by the left side middle pocket. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I think if he hits that pocket just below the side pocket, he should get perfect on that 15. Perfect enough just to have a stop shot for the 8. So he's going to have to play it off the top rail and maybe into the 7 ball for the 8 ball. Took a little reset there, and I think it was good, but fortunately for him, too much power. Now he doesn't have much of a shot on this 8 ball. Best case scenario, I'm thinking, is a reverse bank side, maybe.
Shot?
I have no idea. I want to know, though. I want to figure out what they're at. Those are good matches, too. I wish I could have all of them. Good coverage, you know. Look at the... Yeah, that's how many people are watching right now.
That's what's so dead.
Yeah, they're all watching. Well, no, not necessarily, because a lot of these people are from all over Canada.
Yeah,
right?
look, a lot of people that don't go out. It's me and Sean.
Yeah.
Everybody likes also can watch on the live stream.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But then they miss out on most matches, right? So they should go home.
No, they want always watch it. That's what people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So there's
That's a nice stream, you know. That's why I know.
it's a downside, I guess, but at the same time, like, it kind of promotes the place a little bit, too, so it's an upside, right? But
This thing is no royalty. You know, it's not royalty. They always watch what's it convenient.
yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. All right. I was just talking to Simon Chung here from Sonix Bar Grill. Wanted to come check out the score to see where we're at. Rubster760 says, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream, Rubster. This is the first time I see your name on here. Thank you for tuning in. And what about the other match, Johnny and Randy? 5-4 between Junior and Ryan Solival, Jr. in the lead. And Simon's going to go find out about the matchup for Randy. Randy and Johnny, they're going to have a really good battle, too. Nice little try, man. There was potential there. A lot of potential. I think maybe if you would have hit it a little bit lighter, that would have given it the momentum that it required for it to go off the ball and into the pocket. But because he hit it with so much pace, it spat out the ball right away. So a huge break here for Sean Monkman. He's going to get up 3 games against Barry and be 2 games closer to winning this match. So it's 3-2 for Randy against Johnny Baptiste right now. But Johnny Baptiste is at the table, so he's looking to tie things up at 3. No, you can only do so much pattern racking in 8 ball. And I don't know, like, I don't really think, well, I don't know. There's different theories behind it, right? Pattern racking. 5-2. Now, if this match finishes and there's no other matches to go because these guys are playing further down, I'm going to have to stop the stream, but if I stop the stream, I will be back with the championship match and the B-side. No, wait, I'll be back with the B-side final and then the championship match, which will be streamed both on Facebook and YouTube. I'm kind of liking being away from Facebook, though. I don't have to worry about like copyrights or getting banned or kicked for no reason. Great way of getting it done, said Rubster. How do you feel all solids together, all stripes together? Dan Salapesky. It's 7-foot bar box, valley tables. I think like there's no rule against having the stripes on one side and the solids on the other, but I think it's a little classless to do it, man. I don't know. I personally don't do it. And it rubs me the wrong way when people do it. It's like you need an advantage, man. Like, I don't know. Usually when people rack like that, I'm always hoping they come up dry so I can punish them, and then they stop doing it. Looks like Barry's gonna come up dry, so a little bit of a momentum change happening here, and we'll see if Sean Monkman can capitalize here on rack number 8. It's got a pretty good table to work with. Only one real area of concern, which is that 13 ball and 12 ball that are sitting on each side of that 3. Now, I don't think it's worth it for him to take the shot to the side to open up the 13 ball, but he might take that on first. Because that's the only real ball he has to address. The 12 ball goes to a pocket. Like say he's going to line up for the 13 to the corner instead, and it's off the rail, so that means he shouldn't worry about the side pocket and clipping the ball out of the way. 6 ball's going to come to the rescue on that shot. How you doing, Tanya Hoffman? Oh, really? Cool, man. Awesome. Tanya Hoffman says 943 subs, Rod. Almost there. Maybe the Facebook flub was an assist on your YouTube subs. Yeah, maybe it kind of worked. I think what it is that a lot of people have been subscribing to the channel and liking the streams. And like the last stream I had 65 likes on it. So what happened there is that the algorithm is starting to see that people are enjoying the quality of the stream. So it's starting to shoot it to different people in different areas that normally wouldn't see these streams. That's the biggest part about why I say, like, if you want to support me, best way you can support me is by subscribing to the channel and liking the channel or the stream. Because then the algorithm works for me, where it's been the way so far, it hasn't really worked for me. And I don't know. Oh, sorry, I gotta talk less. Sorry, I'm talking too loud. And a bigger bounce came up a little bit short. Trying to cheat the pocket, but I didn't go in. Sorry, man. I usually whisper, so I didn't know that I was being loud, man. I apologize. All right, so I'm gonna wait till these guys are in between racks, and then I'm gonna comment with you guys. So Sean didn't want me to be too loud. It's distracting him from the table, and I'm trying to be quiet now. want me to watch it. Can we get somebody else to watch it? I know, but then like my call, I don't like my calls. Shot is good. He's on the hill. All right, so now I'm gonna try to check out some of these comments. When the player asks me to, you know, keep it down because it's distracting them, I always try to do my best not to distract them, right? So, if I have to be quiet throughout the match, then it's okay. I understand they're playing for a lot of money right now, and obviously they've been working hard to get there, so they don't want to be thrown off from their game. Dave says, I'm honored when somebody pattern racks against me. They must feel they need an edge to beat me. That's the way I kind of feel too. Dan says, do you rack every other one, usually an 8-ball? I don't really pattern rack, but I don't know. I never really try to put them all together on one side like everybody else does. High Kick says, I think who was doing that sort of racking got third. I've never seen someone do that before. It looks like a 6-foot table, says Louise. It is a 7-foot, 3.5 by 7 valley table. All right, I'm going to be quiet after this break. Absolutely popped that break. Massive break. Tough little start though. Makes the combo. Should have the shot on the 3-ball still. Oh, maybe not. Back cut on the 6 might be available. Makes a really nice back cut there. Opened up the 2-ball as well. Has possession on the 1. 5-ball is the tricky one. But so is the follow-up shot after the 1-ball. Very limited options here. Tried to draw back a bit more there. He would have had that eyeball. Does he actually have it though? Let's take a look here. Oh, he was so close to having it. He's looking for the line now to be able to get onto it. Is this going to help him? No, it's not going to hurt him anyway. I don't know if he's got the shot to be able to make the 5-ball though. Take a look at the side view again. I think the 9-ball's on the way for that cut. Maybe a bank safety. Raises the cue ball right where the 5-ball is. You might want to draw it back a little bit. Looking to see if the combination is there. It's going to come up short on the shot and turn the table over to Barry. Oh, a chance to get going on the scoreboard now. I think Junior won his match against Ryan Solivald. Johnny's at the table right now against Randy. Safety played from Barry McLean. And yeah, Junior won that match 7-4 against Ryan Solivald. So he goes on to the B-side final. Waiting for, sorry, not the B-side final, the B-side semi number 2. Waiting for the winner of Randy Bagot or Johnny Baptiste. So Randy's at the table now. Going for the kick shot combo. Oh, what a shot. And he's going to come out for the 5-ball also. Nice little finish there from Sean Monkman to win the ace out here. He'll make the 8 and win the match with a score of 7-2. He'll be guaranteed no worse than second place now. I didn't catch the finish on this one where the cue ball ended, but look at the contact on this one. What a beautiful shot, man. What a beautiful shot, I tell you. The payouts. Hang on, I'll tell you the payouts again. I posted it on the post, but I'll look it up here and tell you. So it's 2,600 for first, 1,700 for second, 1,300 for 1,200 for third, 840 for fourth, 550 for fifth and sixth, 380 for seventh and eighth, 9th through 12th will make 270, and then 16th or 13th to 16th ended up with 180. Nice little matchup. Now I got to find out what's going on with these matches and see if we got another match going. Justin Norris says, anyone else's video feed blurry? Mine is. So you got to go to the settings on YouTube and then change your settings. It might be on something like automatic. Just put it on 1080p. If that doesn't work, then just back out from the stream, come back in, and then you'll be able to find it. Louis says, I just subscribed. First time I've seen you. Thank you. So to see, there's another example that when people like and subscribe the channel and when they like the streams, the feed starts going to different people that normally wouldn't have seen it. This is now another viewer that's tuned in that never seen the stream before, and they subscribe to the channel. So that's the kind of stuff that you guys do when you're supporting me that way, is you're building more opportunity to get more exposure, and then you never know, right? Maybe things work out in a way where I get a really great opportunity to be able to do even more in the pool world. Not that I'm complaining. I love the way things are and the way I'm doing things so far. I feel really grateful and blessed for where I am in life. But your guys' help can maybe get me somewhere else a little bit further where I can make more of an impact in the pool community. All right, so I'll be right back and find out what is up. I think we're waiting for the Randy match to finish. I'll put it over there for you guys. I don't think you'll be able to see it very well, but that's Randy all the way at the end there. And the beams kind of take away from the table. Oops. Hang on. Showing you guys the the ceiling, but I'm not trying to. I accidentally hit the wrong button. I gotta go back all the way here to do this again now. All right, so there's the match. Right there, Sean's is walking up right now. So I'm going to go find out what the score is over there and what the plan is for the next matches. I'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking and sharing the stream. I appreciate you guys, doing so. And I hope you guys enjoying the coverage and the many great matches that we've had so far. There's tons of great matches. But I told you guys right from day one that as the days progress and the event progresses, you're only going to see better and better pool, man. I'll be right back. All right. Look at all these monsters on the screen. These are the guys that give everybody nightmares here in Winnipeg. All right, so it looks like that match is still going. I can't stream anything until that match is done. There's Corbin Fowler. So I'm gonna have to stop the stream and come back with a different stream, and that one's gonna be the B-side semifinal number 2, the B-side final, and then the championship match. All right, man. We'll see you. Have a good night. William wanted to know, does Sean play the pro circuit at all? So he's tried. He just went out recently to try. He's actually a really, really good player, man, and he should be. I mean, these guys, everybody that's remaining now in the tournament, if you watch all those guys play, you're going to think, like, those guys should be playing pro. They just play that good. All right, let's go to the last highlight. This was an incredible kick shot, man. Like, he didn't even touch the stripe at all. What a shot. What a shot. All right. Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia, located at 995 Mill Steagle Drive, Unit 101 here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Give them a call at 204-775-9631 if you want to check out the spot, and maybe you're looking for something specific that they may have for you. Lots of autograph gear there that you can find for different sports and different players. Give them a call. Maybe if you're looking for something specific, you know, they'll have it. If you're looking for a Wayne Gretzky autograph, you know, hockey stick, they have that. I know that much. And same thing with autograph jerseys for Alex Ovechkin. Yeah, they just go in there. You'll see. There's lots of different stuff that you can find. And we'll do something here. We'll do their first one here. So, Can Central Sports Cards and Memorabilia is a family-owned sports collector store in Winnipeg, Manitoba, specializing in trading cards, framed pictures, autograph memorabilia, jerseys, game-used collectibles, and pop culture collectibles. They're the largest store of its kind in Manitoba and one of the largest in Western Canada. Owned by Roger Williams since the early 1990s, the Hychuk brothers, Cliff and Trevor, bought the name and distribution rights of Can Central in 2021 and immediately implemented their vision of a modern sports collector store. In the fall of 2022, after 30 years in its original location, Can Central relocated to its new home at 995 Mill Steagle Drive, a fitting address giving the business passion for its beloved Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Shout out to them for supporting the work that I do. And shout out to my sponsor that he's just a great guy. Thank you for your support, Brock Brachat. Check out Brock's Office Supplies for your business. You can go to their website to find great deals and savings at brocksoffice.ca. And we're going to go through these products again just to give you guys an example of some of the stuff that you can find on there in the featured items. A Canon 137 toner cartridge. Pricing comparison is $119.99 at Brock's Office, $132.19 at Staples. And then we have the A1 Premier Multi-Purpose Paper, 5,000 sheets per box. So this is what you normally would get in an office setting. $90.99 at Amazon.com and $69.99 at Brock's Office. So let's say that your average office takes, 5 bundles a month. You're saving $100 a month. When you put that over a period of 12 months, you now save $1,200. And with that $1,200, well, I don't know, maybe you can give somebody a bonus, or I don't know, buy donuts for everyone once a week every year, or I don't know, something like that. The last item that I got to show you guys here is a Deflecto Duramat chair mat, only $139.99 at brocksoffice.ca. Don't forget to go check them out. And if you get a chance to see them or order from them, make sure that you let them know that you heard and seen this on CUESPORTS Live, because, I want to be able to promote these guys the right way. And we're going to bring this camera back because it's a little bit too close and personal. We can kind of read their lips and what they're saying. Don't forget about Snow Dragon Poker Derby happening at Lake St. Martin First Nation February 17th and 18th. If that's your thing, I'm telling you, man, I went there last year. It's such a good time. I'm not even into snow drag racing, but I was having the time of my life streaming the event. Guaranteed over $60,000 and cash prizes, plus trophies for first, second, and third. If you want to get into that event, just message me or message Brad Beardy from LSM or Lake St. Martin First Nation. And if you can't get a hold of him, just get a hold of me and I'll get you connected with Brad. I'll have the phone number for you guys too moving forward with the next streams that I do. All right, so then we'll go to the CCS 29th Annual Canadian Nationals happening March 11th to the 16th, 2024 at Niagara Sheraton Hotel, Ontario. $14,000 added with $70,000 estimated in prize fund. And of course, they're playing on the 7-foot Predator Apex table. So a good time waiting to be had for you guys there. The other one that we have coming up is the Laura Mowat Memorial Tournament, $2,000 added February 23rd to the 25th here at Sonix Bar Grill. And if you want to sign up for that one, it's 4-person teams or 4-player teams, $200 entry, which includes the green fee and donation. They're only taking 32 teams, and the rosters are frozen after the first match. To register, call them ahead of time at 204-233-7665 or 204-233-POOL. And money raised is in support of mental health, which is always a great cause. And we're going to do this one here. It's the one that has my heart, man. First annual Gordo Black Memorial Tournament happening February 2nd to the 4th at the Hangar Billiards and Sports Lounge, 121 Scorefield Boulevard. There's minimum $3,000 added, staggered entries ranging from $15 up to $100 for the premieres. And then they're doing a raffle on site also for the Predator BK Rush Jump Break Cue. And that's a brand new model. It's the latest one that came out. So you're looking to get some of the latest technology in your hands. That's the way you want to go. Don't forget to tune in to watch that stream throughout that weekend as well. It's going to be a great day and weekend. Every day that we play there is going to be amazing. It's a high-low tournament, so if you're a lower-level player, you're going to get a chance to play in a lower bracket. If you're a higher-level player, you'll get a chance to play in the higher bracket. And then when you get to the top 16, they reshuffle the seeds as final 16, and then the handicaps are applied. But at the very beginning, when they have the high-low bracket, there's no handicaps at all. It's just straight races. Handicaps only apply to the lower-level players once they get to the final 16 redraw. All right, that's it. Sackable. I am done. Let's bring down these Fargo rates because I don't want to forget about them. And yeah, I know you guys are all watching on YouTube right now, but if you guys can subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate it. I'm on my way to 1,000. I'm so close to it, man. I want to drop a tear right now because you guys are supporting me so well. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, you enjoy the way that I'm covering the event, and you enjoy the product that we put out there, including the way that the players play, you know, you can definitely subscribe to the channel. I promise you that every time that I stream, you're going to find the similar kind of coverage. I'd never really changed my game. I'm always kind of doing things the same way with all my passion, and I hope you guys can see that through the stream every time that I'm on it, because honestly, a lot of people say it's transparent, and I know that I'm pouring it out of me, man, so hopefully you guys see that too. If you want to support my work, you can do so via PayPal or e-transfer at cslmanitoba@gmail.com. If you're somebody that, you know, has a little bit of money on the side that would like to invest in something that will help pool, you can invest into me. I'm always looking for ways to be able to upgrade my equipment so I can do better productions for the future. Give me a call. Message me at cslmanitoba@gmail.com. Let's talk about it, man. If there's something I can do in return, I'm willing to work with you. You know, anything that I can do to be able to progress the growth of the game through my work. And all right, that's going to be it for now. We did the last highlight. I mean, we got to look at that last highlight again, man. It was just so good. I mean, look at this kick shot. How do you not look at this kick shot again? What a shot. Unbelievable, man. For the finish. Has to be the highlight of the day. Don't forget the pool wisdom. The more you sweat and practice, the less you will bleed in battle. Get to those tables and become the champion within. Get out there every day. Try your hardest. Focus as much as you can. When you feel discouraged and you feel defeated, like you just don't want to play anymore, that's the time when you're supposed to grow the most. So get out there and just keep trying, man. Never give up. I know you're going to have some hard days. Trust me, we all do. And even when you're the best player around, trust me, you're going to have tough days too. It doesn't matter though. As long as you believe in your game and as long as you're trying every day, you will find that champion within. And then I'll be waiting for you in the highlight of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. My name is Arriagada. It's spelled there on the right side for you, R-O-D. Last name is A-R-R-I-A-G-A-D-A. If you want to find me on Facebook, you want to add me or follow me on Facebook, you can. And if you want to message me to cover an event for you, whether it's pool related or not, because I do a lot of different things, not just pool, you can message me at cslmanitoba@gmail.com. If you have an event that's coming up and maybe you don't want to hire me, but you just want to get some exposure on the event to get more people to sign up for it, drop me a line, you know, give me the poster, give me the information. I'll put it on the stream and I'll help you get some spotlight on your event. I'm here to support, just like you guys are here to support me. All right, that's going to be it for now. I will be back with another stream shortly. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking and sharing the stream. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. I'm telling you guys right now, it means the world to me. I appreciate it. I will see you guys shortly with another stream. It's going to be roughly, I'm going to say about 15-20 minutes, maybe sooner. It'll be the B-side second matchup. The B-side semifinal second matchup, then the B-side final, and then we're going to finish off the night with a championship match. It's going to be a great showdown. Can anybody here double dip Sean Monkman? I don't think so, but you never know, man. All the players remaining in this tournament right now are all deadly, every one of them, so anything can happen. All right, that's going to be it for now. Go get a sandwich, go get a smoke break, do whatever you got to do, but don't go too far because I'll be back with some more action, and you don't want to miss this. The last 3 matches of the 2024 Manitoba Barbox Championships coming your way, and I promise you, you're not going to want to get away from the stream. You're going to want to sit there and watch every single shot. So many great shots coming your way. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for tuning in again. Cheers.